there, it's Kevin with GatheringMatch.com here with match number 5 with our blue-black Eldrazi deck. Yes, we'd like to play first. I think this is, this is a great hand. We have the Expedition map, Eye of Ugin. This is exactly Reality Shift, Delay. Yeah, this is great. We'll keep it. I don't know if you can get more ideal than this. And I think we will just Watery Grave, shock ourselves, and go Expedition map. And pass the turn. So Misty Rainforest. Well, we don't even need the Expedition map to really find us anything. We'll just keep up the mana with Urborg, Tomb Yawgmoth. And then we can delay whatever he tries to do a Reality Shift. Or if he doesn't do anything, we just Expedition map for an Eldrazi Temple. So that was a great draw. See what he goes and grabs. Could be Scape Shift, could be Twin, could be... Misty Rainforest traditionally is in a lot of Scape Shift decks. Steam Vents. And... he's going to bolt me? Yeah, I don't even care about it. We don't care about a bolt to the face. So... I have not a clue what we're up against. I'm thinking Twin. Tarmo Twin. Variant. With the Misty Rainforest. I mean, or you could just have these lands. Like, they do usually play a land kind of out of the colors just for the fetch. And Misty Rainforest, though, is usually one you don't see because it's so expensive. So, end of turn here, we will just Expedition map. And get an Eldrazi Temple. And 3, 4, 5. We can't quite Oblivion Sower. We'll just cast the Eye of Ugin. Wasteland Strangler. That gives us a huge advantage here too. So if he casts a Goyf or anything, we can actually... Oh, no, we don't have anything exiled. We have the delay with the Wasteland Strangler. See what he does in a turn. If it's another bolt, don't care. We'll go down to 12. So Stomping Grounds. I want him to cast something. I'm still thinking this is Twin. Tarmo Twin or something to that effect. So we'll just continue to... I don't cast an Oblivion Sower, even though that does work off of casting. Yeah, Relic of Progenitus is a much better spell here because we can guarantee some cards to grab. So you could be Vendilion clicking on my draw step. And we'll delay it. We have a few turns to give him back the Vendilion click with like a Wasteland Strangler. So we'll just Eldrazi Temple here. And Relic. And I'm going to go ahead and make him exile a card. Start chewing up his graveyard. Misty Rainforest is going to make sure that we get something with the Oblivion, which is nice. And I'll most likely just activate this Relic of Progenitus at the end of turn. Gives us another. So he's going to be able to take off his Suspend counter, which has 2 more after this. So we do need to give it back to him. But I believe I'm just going to eat the Relic here because we do need to find another card. And see if you like Snapcasters in response. I'm definitely okay with the Snapcaster because it gives us a target. Nope, he just lets it go. Alright, so It definitely will be. We have an Inquisition. That's strong. We can just actually go Polluted Delta, and it can tap for a black. Anything can tap for a black. We'll Inquisition. See what he has in hand. Break up his twin combo. And he's going to Pester Mite here. So, see what he taps down. We'll float whatever he taps down. So we definitely will just add 2 here. And we'll be able to Wasteland Strangler. So this should be pretty much... So we know it is twin. Snapcaster, Snapcaster, Cryptic Command. So we'll get rid of the Snapcaster Mage. And this also allows us to Wasteland Strangler. And what can we give him back? Oh yeah, we give him back the Vendilion Click. Duh. And then we have 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can still Oblivion. And have quite a few lands from that. So we're so far ahead now with the... He's got so there's a Crypt. He's got another Snapcaster in hand. We can Reality Shift whatever. And we can actually go get blue mana with like these Misty Rainforests and whatnot. And he's got a... He didn't have a blue mana in hand. I feel very far ahead. I think at this point he might just have to Snapcaster just to block a Wasteland. I'm just going to go get the basic island. And there's a Relic. That was a beautiful draw again. We'll exile his graveyard. And another Relic. That's absolutely fine. And I'll just attack in here. I don't think I need to do anything. He's on a 2-turn clock with the aggro here. And we have a nice little reality shift here for... He's going to bolt me. And make him exile that bolt. So Snapcaster Mage is not going to be able to do anything here. He's just going to try to out-aggro me somehow. Which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, I could just... Could he do 5 damage? Like, Cryptic Command. If he has Cryptic Mana, we might just need to Reality Shift his Snapcaster just to save some damage. No, I think I'm okay. I'll go down to 5. And I highly doubt he can do... Bolt. Yeah, Bolt Snapcaster can't do it in the response of the Relic. This would have to be his last Bolt. And he doesn't have the Cryptic Command mana. So I'll just keep the Relic in hand. There's an Ashiok. That's a fun card. I'm not quite sure if we need to use it right now. We'll just go ahead and attack with both. And he can Electrolyze. That will save him. Draws him a card as well. We will get rid of the Electrolyze. And I believe we will also... Oh, this is still in the attack step. Whoops. So it goes down to a 1. So he wants to draw into a lightning bolt. We're not going to let him get that last damage off. We're going to Ashiok here. And we find a Deceiver Exarch and a Splinter Twin. And pass the turn here. So I probably will need to reality shift this Snapcaster. He can't actually... Oh, he can use that for mana. I can see him just twinning the Snapcaster Mage. In response, I will reality shift it. And now we can tap it down with the Deceiver Exarch. And there we go. Alrighty, so go on to the sideboard. I think that Thoughtseize has become a lot. Spell Snare and Thoughtseize has become... What does Spell Snare hit in the deck? It hits only Snapcaster Mage, so I'm not quite sure Spell Snare is... but Tarmogoyf, which I'm pretty sure Tarmogoyf is in there for green. So I think that I do bring him. I do like Ulamog's Nullifier. I'm not quite sure if I like Brain Maggots or not. Or Surgical Extractions also seem really good here. Reality Shifts, Delays, Inquisition, Expedition Maps, Blightherder, Wasteland Strangler, Sire of Stagnation, and Drowner of Hope I think are just going to be too weak. So it's really, if we want the Spell Snares, I think Ashiok is also kind of a weak card in this one, because it's something that can easily be aggroed down and not get a lot of value out of. I do want some Surgical Extractions because it can take his twin combo completely. Or in response to stuff, I'm going to put one or... I think we put all of them in. This would be 5 cards out, though. I mean, he could just plain out aggro us. Wasteland Strangler actually does seem quite weak versus this deck. It can kill Pester Mites, but not Deceiver Exarchs. So I think that I'm just going to take them out. It can also kill Snapcaster Mages, which is something we might need to do. But I'm just going to try to stabilize with the Oblivion Sower and the Blightherder as the win cons. But this would mean that my win cons are quite low. And maybe I do need Wasteland Strangler. And Brain Maggot, it does require him to bolt. I think we want to disrupt it however way we can. So I think Spell Snare can actually come out. For the Tarmogoyfs aren't going to be. And we do need Ashiok to be one of our win conditions. So this means that we just need to get rid of one card. And I think it can just be like a creeping tar pit. And we'll submit this. I can't keep this hand. Just an Eldrazi Temple with a Relic. If we did have one more black source, I would keep it for sure. With the Inquisition. But we do have to mulligan this. And this is a much better hand. We have first turn Thoughtseize into a second turn delay. I think I'm going to put this second delay on the bottom. I think we need to hit into some graveyard removal. So we will first turn Thoughtseize, hopefully disrupt his hand. There's a second Eye of Ugin, which is a dead card. So Splinter Twin and Remand, we'll just get rid of the Splinter Twin. And he kept a very greedy hand with just a bunch of lands. So there's one of his combo pieces out. And he can Remand whatever at this point. Remands are so bad versus Oblivion Sowers. We need to find an Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth. Or at this point now we can just grab the Remand with the Brain Maggot. I'm sure he'll just use it here. Yep. At least it's out of the hand now. He does get another card, but we'll Brain Maggot once again after this. Oh, he's going to Deceiver Exarch, or Pester Mite, which I think we just delay. Don't know if that's the right play. Watery Grave can come into play tapped. And we'll pass the turn. So delay actually might not be the best on Pestermite. We need a Blightherder off the top. Drew into that Pestermite. Got a Desolate Lighthouse. And some unknown cards. I know he does have a lot of lands. Ghost Quarter. I think we'll Brain Maggot first. See if that can disrupt his hand. And he'll Snapcaster Remand. But that'll still give us another card. So, we'll just Ghost Quarter. And Maggot away something. And how come this is not... Yeah, it gets the Cryptic commands. He's got all lands and Cryptic in there. So now we desperately need a Blightherder. Pestermite is gonna actually cast. I don't think that we... I was going to Serum Visions. He needs to find like a bolt for his Cryptic. Cryptic's pretty powerful here. Eye of Ugin allows me Oblivion Sower, but without any... Yeah, I'm just going to take the damage here. The Scry, which he did put a card... He put 2 cards on top of his library. No, 1 card on top, which is going to really mess him up here with Oblivion. Tectonic Edge. Doesn't matter, he can't respond. He could actually use Tech Edge here to kill like a... That'd actually be pretty brutal if he killed a Watery Grave. Or a Ghost Quarter. With this Tech Edge. Yes, he does not do it. That's perfect. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, Eye of Ugin, he can't respond to this. And I'm pretty sure he'll destroy the Eye of Ugin next turn. So, Oblivion Sower, which gets rid of the card on top of his library. See what he wanted on top of his library. Finds us a Steam Vents. So, Pestermite, Lightning Bolt, Vendilion Click. And no, I don't think we want to play 2 life because unfortunately we don't have any way to deal with it. And we will attack him with the Brain Maggot. I don't think he has anything to get rid of it out of his, like a Pestermite or something. He'll be able to cast the Pestermite next turn. He should Tech Edge here. And end step. Which is beautifully Tech Edge is my Eye of Ugin because we have another one. Oh, nope, he's going to draw this card. So now he gets his Pestermite. But that saved us a lot of damage through the Pestermite. You can tap down my Oblivion Sower. I don't think Inquisition really hits anything. I mean, I guess you could have the combo in hand now. Another twin. But, I mean, he'd have to get really lucky right now just to draw into it. But we might get twinned out. I need a Surgical Extraction. Yeah, so far so good. I'm going to get hit for 4. Hope he uses the Tech Edge mana to destroy my Eye of Ugin. Beautiful, because we have another one in our hand. And that just kind of unloads. He wants a card on top. So let's see. Oh, that is not a card I wanted to see. We're going to Inquisition him. Might just die to the combo next turn. So now he's got to cast whatever he has in hand. Which is what, another Deceiver? A Remand. Well, that gives me now, if he... Whatever he had on top, I can now get rid of, which is a Dispel. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. And we'll Eye of Ugin here. I kind of want to kill his Desolate Lighthouse. Ugin doesn't do much. We'll just go Polluted Delta. And let's see. We'll pass the turn rather than Ghost Quarter off. This allows him to loot again with the Desolate Lighthouse, which I don't like. So he wanted a Dispel on top. This is getting a little bit risky because he can dish out 4 damage per turn, and then Bolts could actually get him ahead. And I don't even want a Polluted Delta to thin out. Yeah, he's just going to loot, so maybe I should have... Oh, Snapcaster Mage for just a Serum Visions. And if he puts something on top, I absolutely will kill his... his land to force him to... Put a card on bottom, and puts a card on bottom, so we won't go as Court of the Lighthouse. So, I think that, unfortunately, we just have to keep things back. Find a Relic. Relic would have been nice a few turns ago, because this gets rid of a lot of cards in the graveyard. And this finds us another Oblivion Sower, which we can cast through the Eye of Ugin. We do have to Polluted Delta. Puts us down to a 7, which is quite scary. But finds us at least 2 lands. And we can actually Tech Edge his Lighthouse here. Finds a Blood Moon and another Deceiver Exarch, 2 Deceiver Exarch, so all lands. And we'll kill his Lighthouse. But I can't risk attacking in with either Oblivion Sower. I mean, it kind of puts him on the next turn facing down lethal, because he can attack in with both Snapcasters and put me down to 3 and just die to a Lightning Bolt the next turn. If otherwise, I have to give him back a Cryptic Command, which I think is even worse. But I think I have to just go for it here and hope he just blocks the Snapcaster, because that's what I want him to do. Alright, he's going to let it go through. Goes down to an 8. Oh, he's got the Bolt. Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. I just lose? No, he can Cryptic. So I take 6 here. And he's going to Cryptic Command to tap down my stuff. Which I think I just might lose, unless I... What Hail Mary can I do here? Eldrazi Temple doesn't do anything. And unfortunately, I don't think I have another target for the Scalding Tarn, so Here comes the Cryptic Command, which he's going to bounce or tap and... Yeah, we need an Eye of Ugin. Or just those surgical extractions a lot earlier. Maybe I should just bring back in the Wasteland Stranglers, because if I'm just going to die to the aggro from the Snapcasters. And we need a way to get rid of that Cryptic Command that's been underneath my Brain Maggot forever. Maybe I shouldn't have showed him that Eldrazi Temple. Made him think I had something else in my hand. Urborg would have been nice. And now that I see more of his deck with the Pestermite, Snapcaster Mage, and then Vendilion Click, we do know we have Wasteland Stranglers actually do get value. So I will attack him both if he's going to let me do this, because this makes him block. And now it's not lethal. Right? That's actually really, really, really good for us. We know he's got Cryptic. But I mean, it's still just a turn 2 clock. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I couldn't be able to cast the Wasteland Strangler too. So I'm just going to pass the turn. And he needs like another Snapcaster Mage or another Bolt. So I don't know why I just didn't decide to Cryptic here. He's going to do it on the next turn. He might just have the damage, puts me down to a 1 with a Snapcaster Bolt. Maybe bringing the Ruined Processors is decent. Because I don't have Ulamog in here either. Ulamog would win the game. But Nullifier just wins the game. Yep, Nullifier just wins the game. I forgot about that card. Ulamog would have won as well if I would have kept Ulamog in. Because now I can just counter the Cryptic Command when he tries to... Reality Shift is also great. And there's the scoop. Yeah, he played that wrong. I think he was playing around me might having a Wasteland Strangler that I could actually tutor up and use, which I do think he ended up playing the right play, but yeah, that's not bad. So we complete the league at 3-2. Let's go to the wrap-up video. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with a wrap-up video for this week's Rogue Alley, which I think performed very, very well. Not quite sure about the Spell Snares. Like, the cards I didn't like, Spell Snare didn't come in a lot of matchups. The Sire of Stagnation actually feels a lot more like a sideboard card than anything. And I'm thinking that Ashiok can go up to maybe a 3 of if that's the case. But everything else, we didn't see any Drowner of Hope action, but I can see where Drowner of Hope can actually be useful. It's basically like another of the or Blightherder, another way to swarm the board, and this leaves back a 5/5 rather than a 4/5, and is pretty reasonably costed the same as Blightherder. It's just going to be 1 mana more. Reality Shift seemed to be good. I don't know if we need more of in the sideboard. I think that I'd probably take out the Spell Snare sideboard and put some more Reality Shifts, but Wasteland Strangler did wonderful, Inquisition was amazing, and the Thoughtseize in the sideboard were also good. I did like the one of Ulamog's Nullifier. It came for the twin. And I still think All's Dust, Ruin Processor, Void Winnower are great in the sideboard. So I am very interested in any cards that I might have missed in the deck list, or what other cards that maybe some of you are messing around with. I think it's a very solid deck. The 3-2 finish was great. The two matchups that we lost against the Collected Company deck and the Merfolk, I really think were more due to our opponent having the top deck at the right time, the Collected Company and the Island Walk card at the right time. Otherwise, I think that those matchups are very winnable, especially with the Wasteland Strangler being able to do some damage or basically keep you ahead on card advantage. The Ashiok is also a very good, any deck that's trying to do a combo, and if you can exile their combo with cards like Ashiok or Surgical Extraction, I think that those are very powerful. So I think that maybe adding in, is blue better than white? I'm not sure. I think delay is definitely worth its pound in here. I think that the exiling with 3 suspend counters and giving a target for Wasteland Strangler, the Blightherder, is extremely powerful. So blue is an Ashiok too. I think blue is the way to go. Very looking forward to your suggestions in the comment section below. I think as a community we can make this deck a lot more powerful. I know that white-black is being played a ton because out of white-black you get the Path to Exile as well as like Journey to Nowhere. And you can even go into Banishing Light, Oblivion Ring as another way to put something in exile zone and then Strangler it back or Blightherder it back. I think that the spoilers, keep your eye out for the spoilers. I think there's this is the 20th of December when I'm taping this video. I taped some of these on the 26th of December, but now with the spoilers out, I think the Devoid with even green looks like to be an option. I think that you can actually make the Eldrazi Temple Eye of Ugin into an aggro route with red. We have Kozilek's, the one that gets +1/+0 for each time you cast a colorless spell each turn, which you can use to ramp out with Eldrazi Temple and Eye of Ugin into the bigger. I think there was one that got +1/+0 permanently, right, for each colorless card you have on it or colorless creature you have on the battlefield, something to that effect. And I'm sure that you could go like in an Eldrazi Temple Eye of Ugin ramp or mid-range ramp type strategy with black and red. Let's see here. So the whole thing about the Eldrazi Temple and Eye of Ugin is I don't think that they really thought when these were printed there was no Eldrazi's. That I think the highest or the lowest casting cost was 7. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a 7 mana colorless Eldrazi at the time, and it was quite weak. And then there was 8 Ulamog's Crusher, and above there was some cards that you could get with ramp out with Eye of Ugin and Eldrazi Temple. But there sure wasn't any 6/5/4/3 drops that we're seeing now with the Devoid strategy out of Battle for Zendikar and now Oath of the Gatewatch. So these cards, keep your eye on these cards. They're going to continue to get value as time goes on. If you haven't picked up your pieces of these, I highly suggest finding your Eldrazi Temples and Eye of Ugins because they are going to skyrocket in value. Basically, every league you're seeing a bunch of 5-0 finishes with some sort of Eldrazi variant, and I don't even think we've scratched the surface for the potential for the Eye of Ugin Eldrazi Temple strategy. Again, with Oath of the Gatewatch bringing in brand new cards for us to mess around with. Hope you enjoyed this match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.